my God, we're materializing out of thin air. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Hair of the Dogcast, your friendly neighborhood podcast about beer and video games and beer. It's episode 49, baby. 49.
Fine.
And I do feel fine. Josh, do you feel fine?
So fine.
All right,
guys.
And
yeah.
We're all feeling fine.
I feel extremely great. I'm so excited.
Brad, why are you excited?
Well, first, I ran a half marathon last Saturday.
Congratulations.
And my legs are working again 3 days later. Apart from that,
Did you eat lots of bananas, like fulfill your potassium intake?
Did you play stadium events?
Yeah. Did you do the power pad?
I
Run the entire marathon.
it was just like the Rocky music and me on a power pad for training for 3 months. Well, that's the punch-out music. And then it's the Smash Brothers tournament this Thursday at Mobcraft. And then I think there's a little event this weekend as well.
Well, let's hold on. Okay, so
Whoa.
let's not just pass this up. This whole Super Smash Brothers tournament.
Yeah.
Brad, let's get the people the deets.
The deets, yes. We are having a Super Smash Brothers Melee GameCube tournament this Thursday at Mobcraft Beer. Tons of huge prizes.
In Milwaukee.
Hardcore and casual divisions, free entry. You know, there's a couple of spots still open if you wanted to get in. But I just come anyways. It'll be fun to watch. And there's a lot of special beers. We're having a couple of Dudism barrel age going to be dropping. The Milwaukee. We're having Cranky Kong return, and Funky Kong will be debuting.
Right. So
May I ask when Kinky Kong is coming?
Well, that'll be in 7 years after Wrinkly Kong, Dixie Kong, Donkey Kong, Kitty Kong, and of course, what's the
Monkey
female Kong? Candy Kong.
Candy Kong. All right.
She was removed after the first game because she was too controversial.
Ooh. So yeah, an unreleased character beer is coming one day.
Candy Kong would be like some sort of a cherry stout, I would imagine.
Yeah.
They all need to be stout stuff.
Yes. Well, I am excited for the tournament. The Dogcast is a sponsor, full disclosure, but that just means we're going to be there and have a good time.
Yeah.
And I do have to say, I don't know if you folks have seen the prizes that you win, but I think you also made the trophies.
I made
right?
I made the trophies. Yes.
All
we
right,
have
take a look at these things.
Hey,
Trophy
you got
maker.
pictures.
You have to go now because you could be the proud owner of what?
The coveted golden
The
growler.
bronze bomber?
I love it.
Luigi's silver top looks pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always
Captures
second
his
place.
essence.
Always second place, that guy.
Yeah, so I'm super pumped on that. I've been just getting a lot of things ready. I only work one day this weekend, or this next Monday, because otherwise, it's the Midwest Gaming Classic.
Yeah.
What?
Third year, baby. That's why I put up 4 fingers. I haven't even started drinking.
Third
Anyways,
for a Dogcast, but this is like our 19th each, right?
I think so. I think I started going in early 2000s, whenever they started.
They
Whatever.
start. Okay, this is my
Chronologue?
second since I just moved here recently. How has
Yeah.
it changed over the last 19 years?
A lot. It's just,
Oh, you never were at the Sheraton even.
Nope.
Yeah.
I heard it was smaller.
how about-
Smaller, but there's, it had something about, had a fuzziness to it deep in your soul that you loved. And it was crowded.
crowded and sprawled. Like they fit, attractions into
Hotel
just
rooms,
hotel rooms on the first
hallways.
floor. So you just
And a big giant tent.
you'd have to roam the compound basically. Where now it's in the Wisconsin Center, downtown Milwaukee. This weekend, you should go, and everything's just kind of like this huge space, just all kind of right there. But vendors used to be in a tent, and literally a circus tent. So,
I was so impressed last year. I knew there was going to be like 150 pinball machines set to free play, but I didn't know there was going to be rooms of Steel Battalion controllers. And I played Typing of the Dead on the Dreamcast for like an hour with a stranger.
I saw that. With a stranger?
With a stranger, we got into it.
Were you like the left hand and they were the
There
right
was
hand?
two-player. It was
okay.
It was bizarre.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Mavis Beacon teaches zombie killing. I love it.
Yeah, they're making that into a 3D film.
Mavis Beacon.
Typing of the Dead.
Typing of the Dead. They might as well, right?
Hell yeah, man. No, that's awesome. So Midwest Gaming Classic this weekend. It's going to be great. You all need to come down because Ted DiBiase is going to be there.
Yes.
We got Ernie Hudson. We got Eric Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff.
Bischoff, yes.
We got the
there's
guy,
a DeLorean.
Who's the guy with the thumbs up?
That is
The
Mortal Kombat
legendary.
guy.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
Johnny Cage.
Oh, it's looking like from here it's Ernie
Johnny
Hudson, but that's
Cage
Johnny Cage,
versus
yeah.
Winston
And
Zeddemore
we were
at the Gaming Classic.
Yeah, and we were just talking off mic before we started. Howard Phillips there, the guy in the shirt. Legendary Nintendo employee, one of the first, and from Howard.
The shirt.
Howard and Nestor fame, if you're in the old school Nintendo Power, you know who fucking Howard Phillips is. So, I always had a bow tie. You know. But, yeah. Midwest Gaming Classic.
Come and say hi.
Come say, yep. We'll be in the vendor hall, Zone B. Or Zone 2. Is that it?
We're going to be in the best zone because we'll be there.
We're in the
We
zone.
are the zone.
And I think I'm going to be in the zone pretty soon after I drink this delicious beer. What beer are we drinking, gentleman?
I brought a sneak peek. This beer isn't out till Friday. In fact, I don't know if I should. I think it'll be fine. It is the
It's
car.
for promotion's sake.
Who'd you
Yeah, the podcast won't be dropped onto the major podcasting things for a few days. So y'all watching are seeing the real sneak preview. This is the Caramel Brownie Sundae, Imperial Dessert Milk Stout with vanilla beans, pecans, and a hint of cherry.
This basically has everything I like.
It's a dessert beer.
All of it. Oh, that's really good. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really good.
Dessert first. Put it right by the Fallout Boy here.
Stop it.
We'll go like that.
Pete Hines. What?
Beautiful.
Wins? Yeah.
Hey.
We did good, guys. Now everybody left.
I'm just going to drink this. You guys talk. All right,
Hey,
I'm enjoying
so what's the topic for this week,
We're
guys?
talking about fighting games.
You guys like to fight? Do you guys fight out there?
I've only been in a couple fights.
it. Yeah. Were they really like knocked out, dragged out?
No,
things?
it's only ever roommates and best friends, you know.
Yeah.
That's your only real best friends. Just wait till the Gaming Classic this week, guys.
I choose to be passive aggressive in all my fighting games.
But we are talking about the video fighting games, not fights in real life.
Oh.
Yeah, video games, such as Tekken Tag Team.
We thought it would be appropriate since the Smash tournament's coming, and we might be talking to some Mortal Kombat people at the Midwest Gaming Classic, hopefully.
Maybe please come on the podcast, Mortal Kombat people,
Mortal Kombat.
so I can yell Mortal Kombat, which they probably never hear ever.
Yeah, no. Are you guys really into fighting games?
I do like fighting games. I played through Injustice 2 not that long ago.
Just
played
because of the
through
Turtles DLC?
No, actually, before that was a thing. I finished it.
Yeah.
So, are you proud of me?
How pumped were you, though, when you saw that trailer? I didn't even have Injustice 2, and I watched that trailer like 8 times.
Jeez. Yeah,
I was pumped for you when I
bought
saw
the
that.
DLC myself. They look great. They fight great. I think we've talked about it before on the Hair of the Dogcast, the podcast Hair of the Dogcast.
What's that? Never heard of it.
It's a podcast about beer and video games, Tom,
Right.
and fighting games.
Yeah. I can freely admit that fighting games are by far the genre that I am the worst at.
And that's why I love
Even worse than like shooters. I suck at them. I've just never been able to get around them. But I do enjoy playing them for whatever reason. So
Yeah.
yeah, and there are a few that I really do enjoy, where that even an idiot like me who has no skills can, totally get behind.
Yeah, they're so competitive. I know back when I was a kid, everyone's got their Street Fighter and like Mortal Kombat stories when it would be a thing. You had all your friends over, but
Yeah.
there's such a competition, and it can be very intimidating when you know someone is good at a game. You don't want to go up and play against people who have a main.
Yeah.
You may like, oh, I main assist, secondaries. I don't know all their moves. I'm like, I know Sub-Zero's freeze attack,
Yep.
and
Right.
Scorpions get over here.
and Ryu's Hadouken.
I fuck Ted Nugent is really good.
Fuck that Nugent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I fuck Ted Nugent.
Yes.
Shoryuken.
Here I come again now, baby. Wow. Finish him. Yeah, did any of you guys ever have like a friend who was crazy good at fighting games?
You know, I never.
That one friend who just
Being in South Dakota, we didn't have many friends to get
No.
choose from.
I was the only man.
Yeah.
The last man on earth. Okay, I'm sorry I brought that up.
It wasn't until Smash Brothers Melee that I ran into some very competitive people.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they'd always want to play when they came over, and I was like, I'm kind of over it, man. I can't win. Let's play Halo.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
A
but
game I can beat you at.
you got to get in the right mood, I think, with the right group of people.
I think so.
Yeah.
With the same skill setting.
But yeah, I always have like the utmost respect when you watch like some of these videos from Evo, which is like the big fighting game competition that's held every year. Just the reflexes on these people are just insane. You know, yeah. I'm an old man now, so I can't.
I remember just
I can
when
barely
when these
breathe.
Mortal Kombat games were new and the combo thing started happening, and I remember just being mind blown at the combos, like the repetitive hits, because it used to just be hit, 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 hit,
Yeah.
and then it was like just nonstop, taking out the guys. If you knew the combo pattern, I remember watching somebody play Mortal Kombat 2 at the arcade.
Yeah.
And their katana, only because she could do this fan throwing thing in the air, and this guy was learning it, and he was just, I just watched him just beat, there was a line of people, the game was brand new, and people would just keep lining up to fight this guy, and he wouldn't
Yeah.
lose. And he
Right.
just kept being katana and doing the same move. I'm like,
Like just cheesing people?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, he just kept doing the katana fan
Okay.
throw,
Being
hit, hit. Yeah, just it was really cheap, and
Yeah.
I was
man,
just
that'd
like,
be me.
I was
Yeah.
just like, this is amazing,
working,
and now it
whatever
sucks.
works, man.
Like this is so cool. The new Mortal Kombat's out, but I'm like, but this sucks.
Yeah.
And there wasn't many guys where you can actually do anything close to that. But
Right.
yeah, fighting.
God.
Yeah, when I knew we were doing the fighting game topic, I decided to do my due diligence and do some research because
Yeah, that's awesome. Brad, will you please take us on a journey
yeah,
from the origins of the fighting games?
there's just a few things that I thought were kind of important before we get to like the big moment, which
Sure.
everyone knows. In 1976, Sega released Heavyweight Champ. You would use a lever shaped like a boxing glove, and you'd lift it up or down to move the boxing glove on screen, and you'd like push it out to punch at the guy. And it would
Okay.
you'd just be fighting against some person like that. It sounds like
It's like Prize Fighter for Sega CD, only you get to hold the boxing glove.
you have to hold the lever, as they
Right.
say.
Is that is considered like the first one
That's
of the first?
when I did my research, everyone said that is the first fighting game.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. The next
Sega always ahead of their time.
Sega, you know.
Still is.
Yeah.
The next big
R.I.P.
moment,
Dreamcast.
like Karate Champ, was the one that like kind of first really popularized the genre.
Taito? Is that Taito?
I didn't write that much down, but yeah, you're right. It probably was.
I was gonna say it is a good
Karate
chance for
Champ.
that.
Yeah. I played me some Karate Champ back in the day, for sure. Mm-hmm. You know.
And didn't have
When
distinct
I realized I
characters, but it was the first that
Red
had
and
like
blue guy.
a lot of personalities there. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
For
Shirt
sure.
color.
And then had like the referee, I think, in the middle who would, who would call the. Whenever someone would hit, they'd put their arm up.
Yeah.
And then
Give you the point.
Yes, which was, aped down the road by Samurai Showdown.
This was before the age of fatalities, that there were still just points being awarded instead of spines.
Yes.
But that had the best of 3 matches, and it introduced blocking, where you just held back.
This beer's so good. So good.
A sweet goodness.
85, there was Yai-Ar Kung Fu by Konami. It was the first with characters with distinct personalities. You could still only play as one, though, but you have to fight against these other karate, kung fu masters on the way.
Okay.
Yay.
So no character selection. You were like
You were Oolong. You were the one character Oolong.
Oolong
Yes, the T and
of the Oolong clan.
the Oolong
I went to school
clan.
with that guy.
I think it's the pig from Dragon Ball as well, Oolong. He was important in the first
Super
series.
Saiyan?
No, he's a pig. Yeah, but 87 was when
guys get that?
Street Fighter 1 came out.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Oh,
That's a name some people are familiar with.
Yeah, how about Fighting Street?
Street Fighter
You ever play that?
2049.
That confused me on the Nintendo. That one was very confusing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that wasn't really...
Because that's not the same.
No.
Actually, gotta double check that. That character, the main character, might be a character in Street Fighter because I believe that was.
Yeah,
a
it's either.
Capcom
I think it's
game.
either Ken or Ryu or something like.
I think
like,
it's
yeah.
Ken, maybe.
Could
It's
be.
not Ghoulie or Guile or Gil.
Gile.
So, Guile.
Wheel.
When I was a kid, yeah, that was Wheeler. But yeah,
Sonic Boom.
I remember seeing the first Street Fighter in the arcade, and it had a pressure-sensitive button.
I was going to say, I learned this today. I had no idea that they originally had two big pads.
Yeah.
One was punch and one was kick.
Yeah.
And the harder you hit it, the harder your hit would be.
Yeah, those machines took so
I'll
much
say,
fucking.
how would they last?
The machines got so damaged and people were getting injured on them, they changed
Yeah.
it to the 6-button system.
Way to go. I mean, quite creative on how hard you can hit it.
How did you break your hand, Timmy? I was playing Street Fighter?
Right.
Yeah.
You're just asking for it if you just give kids two big buttons, you know.
I'm gonna
to say
YouTube this.
Could hit.
I looked at images of it today. It was very weird.
Do I mean, there's got to be some video footage of people playing.
Maybe we'll run into one at the Classic. But it wouldn't. They'd be like, don't, you can't play. You're going to break it.
Right. Yeah.
Something on contemplating. Drafty Seller could use a Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition cabinet.
Are you sure you don't want Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Fighting the New Challengers HD Remix,
Alpha 3?
a chapter prologue edition?
Yeah.
I'd take that. It sounds good.
I did a little research. There's so many variations
Lots.
on there.
Yeah.
And then you talk about the Japanese, like, because I have on Sega Saturn, I have Street Fighter Zero, which is
Oh, yeah.
Street Fighter Alpha. But
Yeah.
just stop there.
There's so many
don't need
branches
to
to
know
that
that.
family tree. I never understood.
And I wasn't aware that in Street Fighter 1, you could, you only play as Ryu.
Yep.
Unless you have a second player challenge you right away, then that person's Ken. And if that person beats Ryu, then Ken can do the story mode. But that's the only way you can have Ken go through the story mode. But they just play the exact same.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
I just thought it was Ryu.
and Sagat was the boss
Yep.
of that one. I guess
Bob
a lot of
Sagat.
is that Bob Sagat,
Yep. Remember that? Yeah.
America's funniest home Street Fighter. Yeah.
You ever heard him do the Aristocrats? It's amazing.
You know, I didn't care for that movie that much, The Aristocrats. I don't know. I didn't get it.
I'd never seen it.
It's just
the documentary?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of comedians saying filthy humor. I guess
Yeah.
you got to be in the right mood, maybe.
Yeah. Wow. How did we get on the fucking Aristocrats?
Wait a minute. You said it. You said it, Tom. I'm putting this on you.
I'm sorry.
Well, and then
Yes.
probably the most important fighting game between after Street Fighter 1 was, of course, Chinese Exorcist, also known as Last Apostle Puppet Show.
Whoa.
Starring Linda Blair.
Okay, well, we can't use the name Chinese Exorcist. What are we going to call it in America? Well, definitely Last Apostle Puppet Show. The game looks terrible, but
That's my porn name.
yeah.
Last Apostle
I'm the
Puppet
Chinese
Show.
exorcist, baby.
No,
Ni hao.
Last Apostle
Aye,
Puppet
aye,
Show.
aye.
Or that's my new band name.
It was the first to use digitized sprites and motion capture animation. That was the year I was born.
That's cool.
The year of the Chinese
So
Exorcist.
I always thought the first game that used the digitized sprites was Pit Fighter. So there was
First
actually
fighting
another-
game. First fighting game.
Okay, well, Pit Fighter was a fighting game.
What was that after 88?
Yes.
This is because this is
There's
not,
some.
but not far after that, I think.
this is what I read today. But then, of course, in 1991, there was the game that kind of just defined the whole genre. Street Fighter 2.
Oh, I thought you were
Street
nappy.
Fighter 2.
What was Guile's music?
it's
It's very American. I'm trying to remember all their music in my head now.
It had guitars.
It was really good.
Yeah.
If you played it, I'd be like, oh yeah.
That soundtrack
that's-
is awesome.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
iconic. Dude.
I want to get that on vinyl. I know that it
Honestly.
existed for a while.
There's some really good metal versions of them on Spotify. If
So,
you search.
do you guys remember when Street Fighter 2 came? Like, I don't know if you were old enough, but your first encounter with the Street Fighter 2 machine, or just seeing it, did you guys
My first
have a moment when you
Arcade.
like, saw that?
I actually think the first time I got to play it was on a Super Nintendo at Walmart when it was on free play.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and then I bought it.
You had to have it
Yeah.
because
I will say, I'm not sure which. I think I had Mortal Kombat first though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
I
about.
can't guarantee that.
So
I
you
remember
played
that
it after the home version was out, right?
I can't. I mean, I don't know that either because I know I was in and out of arcades.
Sure. Yeah.
So there's a good chance I played an arcade first.
Yeah.
My first real memory was
Mine.
at Walmart.
You know-
Walmart Superstore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
The,
yeah.
The last episode we talked about Aladdin's Castle, and I remember I saw Street Fighter 2 for the first time there the day I picked up Battletoads for the NES.
Probably the first place I've seen it too.
And I couldn't believe that a fighting game had 6 buttons. I'd never seen any game before with 6 buttons per person.
Yeah.
Let alone, a game that just had 2 people on. You had 2 guys on screen fighting each other. What the fuck do you need 6 buttons for? Where's the punch and the kick button? And
Yeah.
so I didn't understand. I was blown away,
But then you see, low punch.
I'm like,
medium
wow, this
punch,
game's really complex.
high punch.
Yeah, medium.
They could have
punch.
named them better.
This punch is just
Yeah.
Badass punch.
Goldilocks punch.
Middle guy punch.
Middle guy punch. Donkey
Bread
punch.
basket punch.
All you needed was just a spam punch as
Hawaiian
Blanca, and that was my whole strategy as a 6 or 7-year-old when I played.
Yeah.
Yep, that or Chun-Li or E Honda. You
Oh
can
yeah,
spam.
the hand.
Yep.
100
That
hand
hand was-
slap and the 100.
You get the hand.
You get the thigh.
You know what we're talking about.
I would
You know the hand.
big thighs.
Blanca in the corner just.
And the sumo missile.
That's all I did.
Fucking
The
sumo
sumo missile was tight. It's like, how can you
can you do
simultaneously be super fat and super ripped? His stomach had like abs and was giant. E Honda, what a diet.
What did the E stand for?
Edmund.
Edmund?
I think that's what they say on the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't take
I don't
the
fucking
movie's
buy
words
it.
for it.
it's canon.
I buy none of it.
I love
Yes.
that bad movie. I think I owned it on VHS
It's one of those.
and Sega Saturn.
If-
Japanese
Shit.
import.
Shit.
That was one where they kept the sprites strong. Like
You have the
Saturn
movie, the game,
the movie, the game,
the movie game.
the game, the movie, the game.
Oh yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I hear the game isn't that bad, but
It's really hard.
yeah.
It's not playable.
Okay.
Kylie Minogue.
And if it
she
just
was-
wasn't so hard.
Cammy?
She was Cammy, yeah.
Oh my
I believe.
gosh.
Yeah, well, it's great. You can play as Raul Julia. You get to.
In his last movie. Mad respect to that
Oh,
man.
God.
yes.
Legendary.
That dude was like going
Anytime
down
he hears-
during the making of that movie,
You
but
could
his
just
kids
watch-
wanted him because they like Street Fighter. He's like, I'll do it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Just let me die. Just
then-
kill me for real.
And then Jean-Claude Van Damme is Mr. America.
I'm gonna kick that fucking.
With his paintbrush America flag tattoo in his
that
bicep.
son of a bitch's Bison's ass so hard went down.
It's interesting that Jean-Claude Van Damme is Guile in Street Fighter. And Mortal Kombat was also started off in development as a tie-in for Universal Soldier, the Jean-Claude Van Damme film, before the license fell through. He is integral to the history of the fighting game.
Wow.
Yeah,
Not know that.
That fell through, and they're like, well, let's make instead of sci-fi, we're gonna go dark and like more photorealistic. And that was Mortal Kombat. That was their answer to Street Fighter, and that was when that like big debate and rivalry started. Because I remember,
What a great time.
when I was a kid, Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat, they were both great. It was a big deal.
I had them both.
Yeah.
The haters could just hate
Yep.
while I played both of them, you know?
The real hate comes from the fact that Super Nintendo has sweat and Sega Genesis has blood.
Yep.
Nintendo
With the
don't.
code.
Sad
with the
thing
code.
is, I had the
But-
Super
With the code.
Nintendo Mortal Kombat.
yes.
one.
ABBCA. Is that it? Right? Was that it?
Doesn't matter. One of my friends knew it, and we
Blood
wrote it
code.
down on a sheet of paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which there was a certain mystique about games back in the day that there isn't anymore. The cabinet for the original Mortal Kombat, randomly between matches, Reptile would like give a real cryptic message like, "Look at the moon," and
Yeah.
for the longest time nobody knew what was going on there. To fight Reptile,
I did this for hours.
start
Just
a
to
one-
fight him.
Start a one-player
Yes.
game, and when you're at the pit, look to the moon. There must be silhouettes gliding past. This will occur every 6th game. You must win a double flawless victory with fatality without blocking at all. And then you can fight Reptile.
At the bottom of the snake pit, or the
pit.
yeah,
At the
the
pit.
spike pit, right?
The
Yeah.
The pit, Tom.
Obviously, I never made it there, but whatever.
But
I've done it.
those are like the games back then. You'd have friends come over like, oh, you didn't know this code for this game? And it was a lot of word of mouth stuff, which is really fun.
And
How do you fight Noob Sabat? You know?
right,
I didn't even
Where's
write down
Ermac?
Mortal Kombat
The
2.
fuck is Ermac?
Yeah, Ermac.
Yeah.
But wow, I mean, talk about maybe one of, if not the game that really fueled the console wars back in the day of like who's better, Genesis versus Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
You know, that was
That helped persuade
one.
the Genesis.
Oh yeah, I mean that game sold genocide.
I was watching the court. I was
Cammy's
watching
asshole.
Joe Lieberman interview like the president of America of Nintendo and the Sega Genesis dude. They're sitting by each other.
Oh, those are good.
And the
videos.
Nintendo guy's like, Sega Genesis likes Night Trap. These guys are evil. And Genesis is like, come on.
Right? Yeah.
The guy
The Senate hearings.
it's very interesting to see them try and argue about Night Trap in court.
Yeah, Joe Lieberman and Herb Cole, Wisconsin.
He's holding like a zapper gun or like one of those like guns. He's like, this is what you guys are promoting, shooting this at a television.
You're gonna have to go ahead and police yourself, or we'll do it for you.
Sega Genesis is like, this is a Super Scope. They got guns too,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a super scope. It's basically the thing from Falling Down. What do you call it? Rocket launcher.
Yeah,
Michael Douglas.
a rocket launcher. Michael Douglas?
No, I'm thinking the scene where he doesn't know when he's building it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I like
Yeah,
that movie.
that movie's amazing.
It's so
One of the most underrated.
ridiculous, but
movies.
great. Yeah. Man,
Yeah, so
it's had a bad day.
Street Fighter, it introduced a lot of those special moves that just became super integral to what fighting games were supposed to be. Street Fighter 2
the
had
quarter turn, and
Yeah.
that. The Hadoukens.
Every fighting game after Street Fighter has the quarter circle
Still-
turn and the
Still
hit a
is,
button.
and it works great.
Has a move.
Yeah, I played, I think, every fighting game I have downloaded across like 5 systems today for a little bit, and I don't want to sound like I'm not a nuanced appreciator
Here
of
we
games.
go. Okay, here we go.
I don't see the difference in a lot of them. Sometimes the camera's closer, but now it's like you got a punch, you got a kick, you got a special move.
Kick punch. It's all in the mind.
It's 3 rounds generally, like the best of 3.
Yeah.
A lot of it, I think.
Ooh, if you're fighting me.
Oh no. Who do you main on as Street Fighter 2 guys?
I was a Dalsum guy
I can be all.
because I thought.
You could be all of them.
Yeah.
I like the reach of dolls.
Yeah. I
That's
always thought that was like, why doesn't
Actually,
everybody plays this guy? And then
Never
they get,
really played as him often because I thought it was too easy to win with him for me.
then they introduced him doing the fire like
Ice.
breathing thing. Like
Yoga Flame, Yoga Fire.
Yeah.
Zangief. Zangief was tough to play with.
Dude.
Do his
Yeah, it
power
was.
bomb. 48 360s and a 9.
That was the most complicated move I remember.
What the heck? I just want to power bomb people, and it takes
Come
the whole
on.
meter.
Dude, it's not even just a power bomb. It's like a 720 power
yeah,
bomb.
yeah. It's
Plus,
like
you're not
NBA
even wearing
Jam
pants. You just got like that little tiny thing
Oh,
on.
man.
Zangief
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
powerful, hairy man.
Yep.
I'm happy at the end of the movie he became a good guy. I was like, thank God we got Zangief on the team.
When's
All
the
those
sequel? When's
those
the
tiger
sequel?
scars.
Dalsum didn't stretch his arms once in that movie. I was disappointed. He's just a doctor working with Blanca.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember how Blanca looked?
Yeah, he was kind of scary, dude.
He was really bad.
That was like,
They looked like some shit I'd
Incredible
whip up
Hulk
together in
fucking-
a half an hour.
right. Yeah.
I
Well-
guess my memory as a 6-year-old is haunting me still.
We should have a let's watch.
Raise your hand if you saw
Let's
that
watch,
movie
yes.
in the theater.
Actually, that'd be great.
That
Let's-
movie bombed quite a
Let's
bit.
watch. I saw it in theaters.
I saw Mortal Kombat
I saw
in
Mortal
theaters.
Kombat at theaters.
I still think that Mortal Kombat movie is not terrible.
I agree. I haven't seen it in years.
There's
but
some good moments. The
For
Johnny
early
Cage Scorpion
mid-nineties.
fight scene, like
Yeah.
I would argue it's really good.
The girl from Billy Madison.
Oh,
Sonya
That
Bryan.
Veronica Vaughn
Oh,
can
that
kick some
Veronica
ace.
What is it? She does her upside down and her breasts are like dangling and hanging, and somebody makes, is it Shang Tsung makes a perverted like look when
Could
she's
be.
doing it? and
Yes.
She breaks his neck.
I was excited about the fatality. It's like, no, dude.
Yeah. And,
Oh, give me a break, baby.
Yeah.
and the sound,
Okay.
the
I'm gonna
soundtrack
make you
lives
smile
on.
from ear
The
to
sound-
ear.
The soundtrack from that movie just
Played at
Lives
every
on.
middle school
The
basketball
KMFDM.
event for all time from now on. I remember going to like state volleyball, and it was like Liu Kang, Johnny Cage. They're just listing Mortal Kombat characters in one of the songs.
Yeah.
How did this get
That's
approved?
the song. That is the song.
They're having debates about violence and ESRB, but they're still playing the soundtrack at every high school sporting event. Someone pay attention.
Oh man! Christopher Lambert is riding. Wow, that was
Highlander.
The Highlander. Apparently, there could be more than one. I don't know.
Yeah, and then there was 25 iterations of Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, they couldn't count the 3 for a while.
They had Championship, which included the 4 boss characters, and then you could also play as the same character with like a palette swap. You could both be Blanca if you wanted. Hyper fighting, 2 turbo hyper fighting.
Yep.
Faster gameplay. Included a super meter. And then there was Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers.
I got that for Christmas. I remember that shit.
I like that one a lot. T-Hawk?
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that Cammy did.
Cammy?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Thunderbird.
Or
T-Hawk,
DJ?
DJ. And then there's, Fei Long.
Yes.
Fei
Yep.
Long.
Yeah.
How did I remember this?
Wow. It's all coming back to me.
Good job,
like
guys.
Celine
Hey,
Dion.
we're doing it.
Celine Dion was not.
SNK was kind of becoming a thing then, too. Fatal Fury came out, and then the Neo Geo was becoming kind of important.
Yeah. So, Neo Geo, I love Neo Geo. And, have you guys ever seen a Neo Geo kart? I
love Neo Geo.
Yeah. You could beat somebody over there.
3 VHS. That's the power of 3 VHS.
So SNK, they saw the height. They saw the success that Street Fighter 2 was having. And, they had the Neo Geo system, and they didn't have a fighting game at the time. They had Magician Lord, Nom 75, Baseball Stars. And they're like, hey, let's get
Those are just awesome names for games. Magician Lord and Nom 75.
I love Magician Lord. I don't fucking
Great
care
metal
what you say.
tour.
I want to see all those bands play.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so they came up with Fatal Fury, a game where you could select from 3 different guys and then basically progress like Street Fighter through the story. And then they found success with that, and then holy shit, every Neo Geo just became a fighting game system. It's what it's known for.
Because it was based on arcade technology, correct?
It was arcade quality on a console.
Yeah. The same hardware in the console was in the arcade.
Yeah.
And it had interchangeable cartridges, which was kind of like a newer concept, because otherwise, previously arcade games, you'd have to just change the whole board out. They wanted something there.
And that's a great idea.
It is a great idea. But yeah, you went to Fatal Fury, and then World Heroes, Samurai Showdown.
I loved all those games.
Sam Show, come on.
Sam Show really
awesome.
hung there. That really hung, had its own unique style. Where it wasn't Street Fighter level, but it wasn't far off.
No, I prefer
It was
Sam.
a little more violent.
Yeah, it's a weapon fighter.
Yeah.
But
really cool characters too.
The zoom in and the zoom out.
Did you ever play Samurai Showdown?
I think I had it on the Game Gear.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Yeah. I've definitely. I've dabbled.
The main character was like Ryu, but with hair like this
Lots
big.
Lots of hair.
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah.
I was going through all the different fighting series today, and they're all familiar. You recognize the Ryu for each game or whatever, the Liu Kang for each game. You recognize all of them, but if you had them all laid out and match the character of the game, I couldn't do it, but I would recognize all of them for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
What about Fatal Fury, the main character? Iconic
Terry?
image. I can't. Yeah, Terry Bogard. Yeah.
Not the coolest name.
No,
for your main character.
But he's one of the
brother Andy?
coolest looking fighting characters with that
with
red
the hat?
and white hat.
Yeah.
And his tight. He was ahead of its time. He had those tight jeans.
No, yeah.
He just had a cool, stupid image.
King of the Fighters, that spun off from them having so many fighting games that they're like, let's just make a fighting game with all our fighters, But yeah, I would definitely check out, and it's on Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass now. It's called Garou, Mark of the Wolves. It's probably, in my opinion, the best fighter on Neo Geo. The animation is freaking amazing, and when you think about this game coming out in I think it was 99 on hardware that was almost like 10 years old, and it's yeah. Did you guys know that Neo Geo is the longest supported console of all time? Can we just make this a Neo Geo podcast?
More than the Game Boy?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. I think the last game came out in 2004.
Instead of video games and beer, Neo Geo and Ernie Hudson podcast.
Dude,
I'm into it.
can we get
So-
Way of the I have Way of the Warrior
What do
on
you
3DO.
mean, Tom?
Yes.
What do you mean, Tom?
Oh, Naughty Dog's best game. Yeah, screw you, Last of Us, Uncharted, whatever.
We'll just whip it out there for fun.
Yeah, it needs to be represented. And the music from White Zombie,
Oh!
one of the first,
Well,
licensed
he made
soundtracks.
that.
So yes,
Yeah. SNK?
Brad.
What?
Where are we going next?
Well, there's
Where'd we
Mortal
go?
Kombat 2, which kind of continued a lot of that.
Was it-
the
no.
same things? It was darker. It was definitely the gameplay
Darker.
was a lot tighter.
It was better. Yeah, it was.
graphics
I mean, it was much
were
better.
better.
I'm just itching to get to Mortal Kombat 3, which was my first big
You're a
thing.
no.
Ultimate Mortal
No.
Kombat 3. We'll go
No.
back to Mortal Kombat 2. Shang Tsung had a funny hat in that game. I remember liking that. It had, who was it, Motaro or
Kung Lao.
Kintaro?
Kung Lao had the hat.
Kintaro.
No, Shang Tsung had a funny black and yellow hat.
Oh yeah, he looked like a.
He went from the badass of the first game to like,
Yes.
To the chef.
he's like, he's not cool anymore.
Yeah, the
now
chef. Yeah, the
Yeah.
chef.
Like the Fubu chef or something.
It's like you could have worn anything today, Shang Tsung. Plus, you can just change into anybody. You chose this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Mortal Kombat 2 was like that was.
A lot of people
fucking
consider
event.
that like the best one. A lot have.
Yeah.
But. And then there's some fun, like Noob Saibot.
Baraka?
Jade.
Baraka.
There's some.
I mean-
Yeah, Baraka.
They're coming
The
out
thing
with
with the blood.
They're coming out with these little mini arcade things. They're coming out with a Mortal Kombat 2 one later this year.
Not a 1 and 2.
It's 1, 2, and 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I am freaking pumped. I'll never play it.
But you're gonna get
It's
it.
going to look good in your place.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, yeah, just
they
go.
really need to make a high the little ledges that they have or whatever, or the little attachments.
Yeah.
Yep.
They need to make them like half the size of the thing itself, or
Bring it
yeah,
out.
I mean, they're so tiny.
Yeah.
Still, even with them.
Yep. Agreed.
So,
Agreed. But whatever.
eh,
Whatever.
hey, whatever.
Hey, it's all good. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, Mortal Kombat 2. What a game, huh? What
Yeah.
a game.
Yeah, I
Did you
stayed
like
up
Mortal
late
Kombat
playing
2?
That.
Tell us. Just
We're waiting. Tell us now.
seriously, we're not going on until somebody tells us.
Jade Smoke and Noob Saibot.
Oh,
Bunch of secret characters.
Toasty!
Toasty! Whoopsies!
so wasn't it like the name Noob Saibot was their names backwards?
Yeah,
Tobias
Ed Boon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John Tobias.
Whoopsies. Yes.
Mine would be Darb.
I like it. So I actually have a friend named Brad also.
Darb Saj
sometimes
Mott.
called
Darb Saj Mott would be our Mortal Kombat character back.
Sign it up.
That
Right.
works.
Get a petition started, folks.
Yeah,
Stop
Mortal
lying.
Kombat 11 comes out in a couple weeks, I think, or next week.
Yeah.
Week after.
Yeah.
You hear about all the
get a lot of good
there-
buzz.
all the polls like, oh, is Shaggy from Scooby Doo going to be in this one or what?
I would be fine. I think that would be a crossover that'd be acceptable because they are
was-
involved in them, they solve mysteries and ghosts and monsters.
I think they
It'd be odd.
At that point, you got to do like a 4 or like 6 player ridiculous
Yeah,
DLC pack at that point.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
The horror movie guys
instead
really,
of having the
really
cops
worked
come
out
in,
well.
Daphne just rips the fucking like the mask and the head off the guy.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you.
Old man
meddling-
Scorpion rips his head off.
Fucking love it. Love it.
Too good.
Yeah, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was when I really got into the Mortal Kombat series. I went and dabbled all the way back.
Yes.
I was playing, I want to say it was the Super Nintendo, and then it was also on the PS1.
It was on every system ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. The run button. You like the run button?
I actually watched something like 2 weeks ago about all the way up to Mortal Kombat 4 and like how many different versions of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which is the best one. I don't know, I just watched these random videos, and I forgot which one was the best one, so I failed at life. But
Out of all the
the
three?
PlayStation's was bad, I guess.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah. I think Saturn was up there.
Saturn ruled that 2D.
32X? Why does that pop in my head?
Brian has
Sega
confirmed
CD?
MK2 was the best Mortal Kombat.
That's why Brian is awesome.
So,
He knows. Thanks, Brian.
I remember buying Mortal Kombat 3 when it came out as a little kid, but I paid $70 for that, brand new.
And the original Mortal Kombat 3 was the only one to not have Scorpion as a playable character. It wasn't until they had the Ultimate came out that Scorpion
No,
was.
that's
there's
why
the,
I did it. Like, what are we thinking?
the only one in the entire series that didn't have Scorpion as a playable character.
That's right.
Yeah.
What? They had Cyrax and...
It's like we have room for
Ketchup and
Sector.
mustard.
Smoke.
Yeah, we have room for ketchup and mustard, but we don't
Yeah.
have room for Scorpion.
Ketchup mustard. Sector and Cyrax.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
What'd you say, Cyborg?
What?
Sector and what'd you say? It was
Cyrax.
Yeah.
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 Cyborg the movie.
All
starring
great
Jean-Claude
cleaning
Van
products.
Damme.
They became Triborg and became one character later on.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, if you ever watch Mortal Kombat lore on
Mortal Kombat
YouTube, it is a
Megazord.
dangerous YouTube hole that won't lead you anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, we got a hi, Uncle Bradley. Love your nieces.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hi, Amy.
Thanks for joining us.
Are you ready to learn
Amaya,
about
and
fighting
Amari.
games, kids?
No, I don't think they played any fighting games.
Tonight's a new night.
No, they only
Yes.
played, and my sisters only played Mario Brothers 2.
Oh, okay.
That was literally
It's
the
a good one.
only game, that and Mario Brothers 3 and 1. So we'll get to that fighting game later.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, like there's so many other fighting game series. I guess Tekken was one that I did play, and Soul Calibur was one that I did play.
Soul Calibur was, yeah, okay. I think there's Tekken people and Soul Calibur
I need
people,
beer.
right?
I need beer. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is that
no.
thing happening?
Let's have some more beer.
Sure. You want to do that one now?
Sure.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to our next beer. This one is
Promoting Tom's Big Spoons, playing at the Drafty Cellars in Watertown on
Yeah.
420 April 20th.
if you're in Wisconsin on
2020.
420, stop by the Drafty Cellar in Watertown, Wisconsin, and yeah, we're
Spooning the night away.
the band is playing at your place for the first time.
Yeah.
So really excited. And since it's 420, we're going to do a little Pink Floyd to start the night off. And I thought it'd be only fitting that we do a beer called Tart Side of the Moon.
From what brewery?
From Brewery Vivant. They're out of Michigan, probably Grand Rapids, Michigan. I've had a couple beers by these guys, and they've been really good. But
Really good.
Dr. Wiley
Dr.
loves this beer.
Dr. Wily. Should we record that one again? Nah. Dr. Wowie.
All right.
So yeah, let's try this out. This is a tart imperial ale. It's got
So is
cherries
it
or something.
cherry? Yeah. A lot of times when you see a cherry stout, just kind of expect it to be a dark, dark cherry sour.
I was gonna hold off just to have this busted open at the show, but
Oh,
for
it's
the
your
first
only
time.
can, huh?
No, I got more.
That's all
I
right.
got to give the other guys some.
Either way.
At the show, you're talking about at 420?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
420 show, guys.
Yeah.
I feel like that day means something.
Maybe.
I'll be at Eagle Park for 420 Joint Beer Fest.
Is that real?
Yeah, they're collabing with like 8 killer different breweries. I think Southern Grist, 1840,
Hey, that's good.
Man Forger maybe. There's like tons of really good breweries that are going to be at that.
Forger, that's out of Rochester, right?
This is really good.
Minnesota.
This is not what I expected.
Minnesota.
Mele Kalikimaka. So, this is not what I thought it was going to taste like, and I
Does
am
it taste like a sour?
ish, but not. It's tart, but it's not a complete sour.
I don't get that much sour on there.
No. It's
really?
good.
You get a little
I really
cherry.
like it.
You get a little cherry up front, but
Yeah, it's like cherry soda.
it's very nice.
Yeah, it's not
Red
bad.
side of the moon.
I thought it was going to suck. And I was wrong. You proved me wrong, Brewery Vivant out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. We love you. I'll see you.
happy day.
I'll see you in a couple weeks, Grand Rapids. Keep the light on. If anyone needs me to pick up beer from Founders, let me know.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I'm in.
Okay.
Can trade you stuff.
Oh yeah, I got you, boo.
Actually, they do brewery release things that we don't get here. So
It's true. They have a lot of beers at their tap room that are not released, that are really good. So,
All right, I have a beer in front of me again, so I'm happy.
all right,
We were
Brad, back. You're back to normal.
I'm back.
Look at you.
I hadn't had a beer for almost 5 minutes. I was
Your
starting.
life force is draining.
Yeah. Brad, you went pale.
Right?
No, not pale. I can take a pale ale. I'll take anything. Just give me something. Tom, you were talking about a game. Was it Tekken Soul Calibur? That's what we were kind of getting.
Yeah. So I always thought there were like Tekken people, and then Soul Calibur, and Soul Calibur is more of a weapon fighter, where Tekken is like a 3D Virtua Fighter.
Keeping it
Oh, we
going.
didn't talk about Virtua
definitely
Fighter.
an upgrade
Virtua,
from Virtua Fighter.
Virtua Fighter was the first 3D polygon graphics.
And that was a mind-blowing game.
It had a shifting viewpoint, but it was still only a 2D battlefield. There wasn't the
32X,
shifting.
baby.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the sidestep maneuver was introduced with Battle Arena Toshinden on the PS1.
You know, I think
I like that game.
and that's a game
Yeah?
that gets a lot of
Never
shit.
played that one.
That was good. I have it
Yeah.
on console game.
I think it's a game that gets a lot of shit nowadays, but back when the PlayStation came out, it was like one of the launch games. I mean,
one?
Toshinden was like one of the
Toshinden?
launch games for PS1. Like, that looked really good. And I know I was a Saturn guy. My buddy had just bought a PlayStation after I got the Saturn. And then when I watched him play Toshinden, I was like, God damn it. Because the graphics were just a little bit, I don't know, looked a little bit better. But I think Virtua Fighter definitely won out in the history, from a historic standpoint.
Toshinden, did they even make a sequel? They may have.
I think so, yeah.
But it was definitely kicked under the rug.
So, yeah, I
That
did
was a
want to.
good game.
That was a good game, but yeah, Soul Calibur. I still love Soul Calibur, even though I am not good at fighting games. I love Soul Calibur, and I think that game still looks fucking awesome. It was a launch game for the Dreamcast, literally 20 years ago this year. So,
Today.
yeah,
I just noticed my sister commented that there's no games in her household,
I
so
think she is disowned.
this Christmas, guess who's getting a Nintendo Switch? My 3 nieces.
Oh, it has been
They're
announced.
they're each getting one.
They're getting one Switch.
Okay, all right. One gets to hold the screen. One gets the left Joy-Con. One gets the right Joy-Con.
The younger ones won't know.
They can play 2-player games. They're kids. Fuck, whatever. You know?
Yeah. Good job.
So anyways, yeah, Soul Calibur is awesome.
I had Soul Calibur too. I remember
Soul Edge.
that was interesting because that was the first time I knew that there was spawns on the 360, links
Darth
on the
Vader?
GameCube. That was one of the Soul Calibur's got a lot of great differences, but the Soul Calibur 2 had Link for GameCube,
Yeah.
Heihachi for PS2. It's like I didn't care about Heihachi. I didn't know who that was. And Spawn, I didn't even know that much about either, other than John Leguizamo was in that film. Luigi,
That's
Holy
how you
shit.
know you had to skip it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I've spent a decent
House
amount
of
of time
Funk is
playing
the best
Soul
show.
Calibur 2. That was good.
What's that?
So I've had a decent amount of time playing Soul Calibur 2, and then at 4 had Vader for the PS3 and Yoda 360.
Brad's beer is empty, but the soul still burns.
Yeah.
From the pages of history.
The glass is empty, but the stomach is not.
But seriously, yeah.
5 at Ezio, Broken Destiny at Kratos. They had some pretty good guest characters. That was the
Yeah.
first time I knew of a game that like had a big amount of guest characters
Did he have
coming in.
Geralt from The Witcher? Was he in like?
Yeah, The
Like
Witcher.
the
I
newest
think-
one?
He was in one of the
Geralt.
games. I'm not sure which one it was. Because Tekken 7,
Are you a lover,
the newest
kid?
Tekken has a Walking Dead dude, I found out. And Noctis from Final
A
Fantasy.
living dead girl?
Walking Dead.
Right. A Walking Dead. I think his name is
Negan?
Negan?
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know. I haven't watched
Oh,
The Walking
Negan.
Dead.
Yeah, okay.
He bashes heads with bats, and it's graphic on national television.
The biggest guest character was from the Fight Club fighting game with Fred Durst. I was very happy when I read that this morning.
So I mean,
Who-
am I
who
gonna
arranged
fight?
it?
Who am I gonna fight?
Aaron
Fred
Lewis.
Durst?
From,
Okay.
Aaron Lewis from Stained.
Oh,
Can I fight? Can I fight anyone else?
The
Like I
president.
want a challenge. Don't make me fight Fred Durst.
I'm like Fred Durst and Grimace from
You
McDonald's.
play him. You play it. It's like he's maxed out on all attributes.
Right, yeah, he's
They
OP
make
as
him
fuck.
like ultimate Fred Durst.
Yeah, he's like Shao
He's
Durst
got
or something.
muscles hiding under his baggy white T-shirt.
Right.
Backwards red hat, and he flexes, and the hat explodes off his
Which, should lead us into a discussion on. Oh, go ahead. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm thinking what you're thinking.
Def Jam.
Def Jam.
Hey.
The best. Fucking Scarface versus who's
Rappers fighting.
yeah.
With the Nintendo 64.
Ghostface Killer.
Was it 64?
With the engine that THQ made. WWF No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, and I think WCW NWO Revenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same fighting, obviously upgraded graphics, PS2 era. Mm-hmm. So, Xbox One.
I remember we put that game on, I think, at the first Midwest Gaming Classic
Yeah.
that we were at. We just had it on in the background, and we got so many people just walking by like, what the f*** is this? And
Some guy walked by and he's like, is that Def Jam Vendetta?
oh, yeah, that's right.
I worked on that game.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then for some
That's
reason,
neat.
the game got stuck in a loop where it was just like Scarface like punching a guy in the face on the ground for like literally an hour. Just the same animation.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
Def Jam was awesome.
Yeah.
Glad we brought that up.
I can't believe there were,
Definite
like-
Was there
must in
multiple
fighting.
Def
There were
Jams?
there were two of them
Yeah.
at least.
There was Def Jam Vendetta, which was the first, more arcadey, and then Fight for New York. That was great too. I think it was more beat 'em up as opposed to wrestling. I think
Yeah.
the first one was more wrestling. And then they made one on PS3 when PS3 came out first. Def Jam Icon. It was awful. It looked amazing. It looked great for its time.
Yeah.
And then it was not playable. It was so bad.
Did the characters have like input? Like, yo, I want a fireball.
Fireball.
Most likely.
That'd be. Oh, it was fascinating. I want to see these games now.
We'll talk
should do a
about
Let's
50
Play,
Cent's Afghanistan war game another
Right.
time.
Blood in the sand.
I picked up.
What a good name, though.
I heard that one of those games is really good. I think it is Blood in the Sand.
Yeah.
And
That's the only one
I heard it's
remember.
actually good. I picked it up for a couple bucks somewhere. But yeah.
But you haven't played it yet?
Did you pick it
I've
up
not
for
played it. I haven't played
50
much in
cent?
the last few years.
That was it. Sorry.
But I don't own any compact discs from 50 Cent.
No, I
Never did.
no, never mind. You missed the joke. That's fine. No, it wasn't a joke.
Was it 50 cents for the game? It was
Yeah,
$1.
that's what I was getting at. Woo!
By 3. But yeah. So
That's right.
great cameo in a game or a random additional character. PlayStation 3 Mortal Kombat had Kratos.
Awesome.
Maybe one of the best fitting characters in a Mortal Kombat game. However,
Yeah.
the horror guys, horror icon legends, fit
Freddy
in
Krueger.
pretty damn well.
Jason.
9 had Kruger, and 10 had
Oh, yeah.
Leatherface, Jason, Alien, and Predator. They're just like, put them all in.
Fuck it.
Word.
Yeah.
He says.
Yeah, Leatherface is fun to play as in that game. He's a little lumbering, but he's
Yeah.
he's effective.
I did like. The only one I saw was Jason, and I did like how they did his animation. You know, when he would like, he would like fall backwards and then just kind of like spring up. You know, like they did it really well.
I've fallen into little YouTube holes sometimes too, where it's just like before the match starts, it'll be like Cassie Briggs saying something to another character, and then it'll be like someone saying something to Jason, and like those characters don't really respond too much, but it's just every character says something different to everyone else,
Right.
and it's fun to just see their little quips back and forth.
Yeah.
Especially when you do like mirror characters, because they acknowledge that something weird's going on.
Yes.
Yeah, they're long and drawn out, but they're very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, worth checking out. Mortal Kombat. It had some low points for a while there, but I've heard 10 is one of the best they've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when Mortal Kombat 9, when that came out, that kind of rebooted everything, and people were like, "Holy shit!"
That was the PS3 one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was well done.
Like,
I played
wow.
the crap out of that.
Right. And that kind of revitalized the franchise, from what I understand.
It reminds me, I got a really nice, like sit on your lap kind of padded joystick.
Oh yeah.
I picked that up.
Is that like a two-player one?
It's one,
Okay.
but that thing is super nice. And I tried to find the value of it on eBay. I bought it for $10.
Nice.
Straight in the
That's
hood
right. Yeah.
in Milwaukee, like downtown here.
Yeah. Sure.
Like I was like,
I live in the hood apparently.
and I just bought my my orange Charger, so I'm like hey, look at me, bright orange car,
Right.
very nice.
I gotta have a
looking,
Game and Joystick in
recently
my.
detailed.
I'm here for that $10 controller.
These guys are sleeping on the floor. These guys are sleeping on the floor in this apartment.
Oh,
And they
what?
have this random box with this really, really nice, like, fancy arcade stick.
Don't ask any
Yeah,
questions.
yeah.
Don't ask questions.
And I'm like, hey, I'm here for the Craigslist ad. And some guy walks up to the door, scrawny, hunched, with a weird bubble on his shoulder, no shirt on. I don't know if I ever mentioned that.
No.
I was just thinking, get the fuck out of here.
Danger.
Yeah, it was like something out of a movie, dude. Like this
Yeah.
guy, like
Deliverance.
chimney. Hey, oh, that's my roommate. And clearly, it's just a drug house.
Jesus.
And yeah, it was so weird and shady. But I have that arcade stick, guys.
Hey,
Very
all
nice.
right.
Yeah.
You got them there fixed for another couple hours, probably.
Not-
I
not
don't
for
think
too
you can
long.
get-
Yeah.
yeah, $10. They sold it to me.
Could have
for
sold it for
$10.
more, probably.
I probably would have paid. I mean, I know it's worth over $100 easily, but
Yeah,
in mint condition, in the box, all that shit.
that's awesome.
And that guy had that weird bubble,
Bubble.
on his back. I didn't want to ask.
Offered to pop it.
He's coming back any minute. I'm like, he's not here. I'm like, I can't stay here. And then he showed up.
I'm glad you didn't die.
Me too.
I'm happy.
Hey,
Yeah, we would
here's
be having
the
these fun conversations.
here's the episode 49 and not being died.
Yeah,
We didn't die.
agreed.
die.
This weekend, though, all bets are off.
It's going to be a good time.
Midwest Gaming Classic 2019. Who's going to be on the podcast? We don't know, but we'll have some guests.
Do we
It'll be
challenge the
fun.
Mortal Kombat characters to their own game?
I wonder how versed they are in their own game though at this point. If you are Johnny Cage, do you play as anyone else? I know a lot of those guys did multiple characters though.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think Johnny Cage was Scorpion. He may have also been.
Liu Kang was also Shang Tsung. I
Sub-Zero.
want to say. Yeah, he could have possibly been Sub-Zero as well.
Reptile. Yeah.
No,
I
actually,
heard,
they had a real lizard to play Reptile though.
Yes.
Yes.
I heard doing that like that style, they were able to during that time with the digitized sprites, they were just able to fit all those characters in the game. Like just, I don't know. I guess that was their mechanism for. Yeah, with the inspiration from. You got to mention Big Trouble in Little China.
Do we have
A
some?
lot.
John Carpenter?
Yes.
Yeah. All the characters in the originals were like straight up, from that movie basically.
Yeah. Lot of inspiration, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, and you can go back and listen to our old podcast where we talked about Big Trouble in Little China after I watched it
I had some other fighting games.
after I was like 30 years. What?
I had a few other fighting games. in
Brad,
the day.
lay it on us. Come on,
Brad.
man.
Well, Tekken Tag Tournament. We briefly mentioned Tekken.
Yep.
That was pretty popular.
This one was fun, but I only played the bowling game on it.
The minigames?
There's a solid bowling minigame. It's the best, maybe, bowling game I've ever played. And one, you play as one character,
love a good
they throw it
bowling
80 miles an hour, and one character can only throw it 2, but you can do wicked spin on it and stuff.
Really?
The bowling game is great.
So you're basically saying fuck Wii bowling right now.
Dude, no, fuck Wii Bowling. This
10
one's
Pin Alley.
This is
better
this
than
is a
Monkey Ball
controversial
2
stance.
bowling.
Oh, wow.
I've never played that.
Dude, the Monkey
game.
Ball
I
has
didn't
some
know
good
that was
bowling
a
too.
game.
Some good bowling in the Monkey Ball games.
Yeah.
I
League
also-
bowling on Neo Geo.
Do you guys remember Star Wars Masters of Terraskasi on the
Oh,
PS1?
do
Isn't
I?
that really, really, really bad?
I've never played it,
I
but-
remember
I've only watched video.
I have all the gaming magazines, and some of them say it is one of the worst fighting games ever made. And there's others that I've read this is a hidden gem, and it's really awesome.
Oh, really?
And it's right in the middle. It's
I've only
fine.
heard it sucks.
You can play
in a good way.
the Gamorrean guard. You know that the pig-looking dude.
Yeah, I love that guy.
There's a character in that. There's a Gamorrean guard. His name is Hoar, Hoar, and the announcer goes Hoar.
Well, that game's decent, I guess.
Yeah, that game is officially great. You can play as Chewbacca, and you can be Darth Vader and hit him with a lightsaber, and it just doesn't immediately kill him. So it's not too factually accurate.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
Horror.
and I'm sure you've played TMNT Tournament Fighters on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
Have you played it on the Sega Genesis and the NES as well? Because they're all different games.
They are.
Was it on different games in each system, huh?
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah. So
Back in the
I
day,
have
yeah.
copies of each and every one of those.
I had the SNES one.
And
I like that one a lot.
Even the Japanese, the Famicom version of Tournament Fighters has a few different differences. It's slightly favored as the best one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Partially because of the
Breast physics?
I forgot what is that not karai.
Breast
Anime
physics.
tits.
It was like a female character for the game, just for that game. But yeah, the animatrix of the breasts bounce more in the Japanese one. And there's something else.
There's a cheat code for that.
Gravity
Like
works
Casey
different
Jones
over there.
has some better moves or something like that.
Sure.
But the NES one was like thinking Street Fighter 1,
Oh, yeah?
but with turtles. And it actually isn't that bad at all for an NES
Yeah.
fighter.
And it's a rare game,
decent.
too. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I paid
it's
a lot for it.
It's worth a lot.
I remember not knowing what to expect when I put the Super Nintendo one in, and then it was a fighting game, and I remember I was initially like disappointed because I wanted it to be another
beat 'em up.
I beat 'em up, and I started playing my. This is cool. This is fine.
It's good.
I'm into it.
Yeah,
But I
graphics
was
are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the Turtles to be a fighting game, and then of course Injustice 2. That trailer was so dope when you see like all four, and they all have like little unique things.
And then they do the shell shock.
Yeah.
And then the pizza after you win.
Gotta love it.
They rub it in. Rub that pizza in the screen.
Some other weird fighting games. There was Air Guys, however you say that.
Yep,
When
Square.
Square started making those Final Fantasy ones. There was actually a Castlevania fighting game. I think it was Judgment. Was that on the Wii? I forget.
wow.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think you might be right.
I picked that up for a couple bucks when I was in Florida one time.
I'm assuming it wasn't that great, is what I'm going
I've
with.
heard it wasn't good.
Castlevania
But
Judgment, yeah. It's. I think it's just interesting because they took some characters that hadn't been like modernized as far as models, and you could see like their depictions of certain characters, and it was definitely out of canon because there's like multiverse. So like we grabbed this character who was from this Game Boy game that isn't canon anymore, and we have like the werewolf from the 64 one, and it's just I think interesting to see them all put together.
I'd like to try that out, but
well, you guys can come over to my house and we can play it.
Yeah.
On my Wii U.
how about like really horrible fighting games? Do you guys remember a game called Kasumi Ninja for the Atari Jaguar?
No, it sounds good.
Where-
Anything I've almost played on Atari Jaguar is really bad. And
Yes.
I really wanted to
this
Atari.
game did not.
I wanted
help
to
that
like Atari Jaguar,
reputation.
but that console is trash.
It's kind of known for they have a character that was in a kilt, like a Scottish guy, and he'd lift up his kilt and the fireball would come out. Of his
oh my god!
That guy needs to go to the doctor and get checked out. That is not a good sign.
Yeah, it's digitized, fighters, kind of like Way of the Warrior, which is also known as a very
Okay, I've
not
probably
great
seen
game.
video for that one.
But yeah, that one's worth. Kasumi Ninja and Way of the Warrior, like you got to check out just videos of just how bad, it looks like they just got, homeless people off the streets to be the actors in the,
They probably did.
probably.
the price
I thought
was
you
right.
Sam
Atari wasn't doing
I
that great back
digitized
in
you.
the day, so yeah.
So I mean, there are so many games. You got Darkstalkers, Bushido Blade.
Dude,
That's one worth mentioning.
Guilty Gear.
Bushido
Guilty
Blade.
Gear.
I love Bushido Blade.
Skullgirls?
Skullgirls.
I haven't played that.
I have not.
I actually got the.
I have-
PS3.
That's like a big indie hit in the
I
fighting
got
scene.
the physical copy of that. I pre-ordered it before Limited Run blew up.
I want to play it. It's got the Symphony
It's
of the Night
fun.
Rondo of Blood composer doing a lot of the music for that. That's where I first heard of
That's-
Skullgirls.
It's
Yeah.
old timey like Cupman.
Cuphead. I was thinking, like, what Mega Man boss was Cupman?
All right.
Cup
Dr.
Boy.
Wowie.
Right. Mega Man 88 out of ideas.
We got Cupman.
So it's very Cup Guy graphics.
Cup Dude. The Cupper.
Yeah, that animation.
No, I want to check out Skullgirls. I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I haven't actually played it, though.
This just sounds like a slumber party at Josh's house.
Did you know that Brad met Tommy Wiseau?
I met Tommy Wiseau a couple weeks ago. I got a picture with him.
And wouldn't you love to see a fighting game of the Room, all the Room characters?
I mean, it might be a Flash game already. We should look into that.
If
A JRPG of that would be fantastic. If you have never seen, that was my first time seeing The
If
Room.
they have Tim
That's
Allen
insane.
Doom.
Yeah,
And the first time you saw the Room, you got to meet Tommy Wiseau.
it was the
Wow.
timing was
First
right.
time you saw it?
The
Oh,
first
hi,
time I saw the movie was also he was
Hi,
there
Brad.
live.
How was your sex life?
That was-
So I was there with my buddy, and I bought a copy of the
Downtown?
script. It was at the Oriental, and so I got a copy of the script to sign, and I was like, "Oh, hey Tommy, hey, thanks, man." And he's signing it, and he goes, he puts, he draws a heart on there, and he goes, "One heart for you, and one for your friend." And he draws 2 hearts on there. I'm like, "Thanks, dog." And we were taking a picture, and while we were like waiting for the camera, he goes, "Ah." He was, and then he did a Q&A.
so awesome.
He's so funny. He interrupted everyone's question and just talked about whatever he wanted to. Didn't pay any attention
Right.
to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. He seemed
Was
like
he,
a super cool
hammered
dude.
the whole time?
No one knows. He might have been.
Where's he from?
You're
No
tearing
one
me apart,
knows.
Lisa.
Parts unknown.
Dude, what is his age? There's some speculation.
Yeah. It's very.
I have weird steroid body.
Soul
And
Calibur
I'm
10. We got
79.
Tommy Wiseau for the PlayStation 5.
Did I ever show you guys the fighting game I got on Steam? It's like Fight of the Gods or something, where you could be like just all these
Zeus versus
never
Jesus?
showed.
Yeah, Zeus versus Jesus or like Buddha. They have Buddha as a fucking fighter, which is hilarious.
That sounds fun.
But Jesus has this like big cross, you know, and just like fucking whacks. Like,
Yeah.
and it's well done.
Super
It's
friends.
probably, you know, there's probably like a fatwa on it, and you know, multiple death threats on all the people that made it.
But the soundtrack still played at all high school sporting events, which
it
is surprising.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mortal Jesus.
Did you guys ever play Power Stone on the Dreamcast?
I did. There was a demo. I had a demo disc of it.
Nope.
Yeah.
I played it a little bit. That was one that it's got a cult following, but I
It's
didn't.
Still like a pricier game.
It's still not
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, you're running around an environment and you're smaller characters.
Kind of Smash Brothers, right?
With Smash Brothers Z, I know it's 4 players, and you're trying to collect items on the map.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's knocking
isometric.
people off the stage, though.
Not that. Yeah,
I don't remember
it's
that.
A, like a,
I
it's
don't
like a
remember much.
4-player brawler, but the icons you're collecting, you're using them like as a power up.
Those
right?
are your Power Stones.
Power stones. 2 kill.
In the words of Gary Oldman, where are the stones? Fifth Element? No.
Oh, thank you.
Do we have another beer?
I hope
We
so.
do. A certain
Do I need
beer
to-
that I brought.
All right. Is it in the
Yeah, you'll see it.
Dogcast repository?
I haven't had a beer for almost 5 minutes.
Oh my god. This is so bright.
It's so pretty. All right, guys.
Josh, what do we got here?
We got a special beer from our best friends ever. I've never met them, but I know that we're friends. Drecker Brewing out of Nodak, North Dakota.
No, Dad.
It is awesome. I love Drecker. I haven't had this beer, but I am falling in love with this brewery recently.
Yeah, they're kind of becoming one of my favorites. Their artwork is fantastic. Their marketing is fun. You call a beer ectogasm, you had me there. Which we have on tap at the Drafty Cellar.
Oh shit.
Oh la la.
Shameless self-promotion.
I had to. But this one sold out pretty fast when we brought it in. But I found another can somewhere else because I'm sneaky like. No, anyway, so this is Purdy Pebbles. It is a Fruity Pebbles milkshake IPA. And I hope our palates aren't a little cluttered with flavor
I'm ready.
right now
My body is ready.
to not accept these flavors that we're about to embark on. It's a very nice IPA.
Let's do it.
And what I say, I noticed that the Fruity Pebbles hits you definitely like 10 seconds later kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah, it's not right away. Just a very nice IPA, as Drecker always does. Like they're all ridiculously
It smells-
amazing.
Smells like one.
You can put it right in front of Fallout Boy.
Right in front of Fall Out Boy.
Down.
No, I'll put it right next to Sweet Boy.
Sugar, I'm going down screaming.
But yeah, nice juicy hops, very nice IPA, and then you can kind of get it on the aroma. It's very subtle. So you know on their next batch they're going to do a double Purdy Pebbles. Right, guys?
You're right. It's coming. The Fruity Pebbles are emerging.
It's
So the
amazing.
milkshake, I don't know if it's vanilla or.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Really good.
Yep, vanilla beans, lactose sugar, lactose, please, and
Yeah,
everything.
you can feel the lactose.
Love it.
Anything we're looking for
Mouthfeel.
beer-wise from Chicago, heading to Midwest Gaming Classic.
Brian,
Brian's coming up. All right, man.
more brewing, microphone. You know what I like, buddy. That's the truth.
Brian, if you want a hug, just bring a beer. I don't care what beer. I'll drink anything. I'll be happy.
How about the new brewery? I believe the More Brewing brewmaster went on to do his own thing again, which the More Brewing was something branched off of something else, and
Yeah.
you can't keep up.
Less is more.
But what was that, Tom?
I like the play on words you did.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. Just bring
Less is more, and more is great.
some beer, Brian. Jesus Christ, man. Come
Yes.
on. We're not picky.
There's been 2 times in my life that I didn't drink the beer that was in front of me. And they were both home brews at beer festivals. Well, you work for a brewery here. Try this toothpaste stout. He didn't call it that. He called it a mint stout, but no, it was solid toothpaste.
Oh God.
Well, hey, at least you don't
That
have
sounds
to brush your
amazing.
teeth.
Yeah.
It was
should make
it's not
toothpaste.
Duluth, but it was the city next to Duluth, Minnesota. It's the one in Wisconsin. It was one of the worst beer festivals I ever went to.
I'm sorry.
No, it was fine.
Shitty face, Wisconsin.
It was good.
Eau Claire area.
No, it's just across the pond from
Not
Duluth.
Platteville.
No, they're like sister cities. They're like the Twin Cities of the North.
Anybody know fucking Iowa?
It don't matter.
It's all
not
good.
Iowa. It's Wisconsin.
Platteville.
What's Nebraska?
Lacrosse.
What the heck's a Nebraska?
Lacrosse has some things that happen.
Yeah.
Potawatomi.
All right. So, are we at the end of our history lesson of fighting games?
The
Brian?
only thing that we're saving for the end is, of course, Masaharu Sakurai's legendary series, Super Smash Brothers.
There you go. There we go. We're bringing it home.
Yeah, and you know,
Smash Brothers.
this is definitely a game that's just completely in a different realm of the fighting game. I'm sure a lot of people would just want to give it its own genre almost. He originally was developing this game
Yes.
without the Nintendo license, and it was kind of fun. It's all about knocking opponents off the stage. There's no health bar, but you have like percentages.
Oh yeah.
We'll get to Dragon Balls. Is that Dragon Balls? Is that what you're doing? No.
Actually, Foot Clan.
Foot Clan. Okay.
You know me.
I-
Come on.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, but for the prototype, he just put Nintendo characters in there because he thought it was missing something. He just put them in there just to see what would happen, and
Was that-
surprisingly
was he at HAL
Nintendo
Laboratories?
approved. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And was it? I think Iwata was still there at the time. Did he encourage him to?
I'm not sure on all that. I know Iwata was there. I don't know if he was in. I think he was there before, and then he was at Nintendo, and that's maybe
Yeah.
how he like kind of was able to guide
But
him in.
I know, like, what Shigeru Miyamoto was like very reticent on the whole concept of Nintendo characters
Fighting
each other. So he didn't want that to happen. But then I think that what inspired them to like secretly just fucking change them into Nintendo characters for a demo that he gave to them or something.
Yeah, and there's no blood, there's no fatalities. Eventually, we're gonna get Bayonetta's bouncing
Yeah.
physics in there,
Please.
but
But he loved
and Snake's
it.
rocket launchers and stuff. I remember the first trailer seeing that for the 64 one. It's like all the Nintendo mascots in like big costumes, and they're all just like beating the heck out of each other.
Playing So Happy Together was like playing in there.
Yeah.
That was an iconic commercial.
Good trailer to set the tone of that game too. And
Happy together.
Pikachu in that commercial.
Pikachu,
Oh, yeah.
Mario.
Yeah, they were just all running through a field and then they just fucking beating the shit out of each other.
I just watched for the second time a 4.5-hour documentary about Smash Brothers Melee's competitive scene.
Yeah.
Everything from its release to like 2010 or 11, something like that. It's fascinating. And, you know, esports is a very big thing. And it was started a little bit further back then, but fighting games are one of the big driving forces that, and I don't know, you're like, what are the Warcrafts and, it's not World of War,
Dota.
like, yeah, Dota.
Yeah.
Halo's another one that's always in there, and Call of Duties and stuff, but
Yeah.
the Smash Brothers Melee scene was very competitive, and then they got to Brawl, and Ultimate's its most recent edition, which has replaced Melee at Evo finally.
That's what
'Cause
I heard,
it was that game was still like being played on a major professional competitive stage for like 15 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And Ultimate has replaced it, and then there is, they have Dragon Ball Fighters is another one that's out now.
Yep.
Which I haven't played, but I've heard that is another just perfectly made fighting game. Got Street Fighter V. As far as like the big hitters today,
I've heard good things.
yeah, Tekken 7 is supposed to be pretty awesome. Mortal Kombat 11 is shaping up to be
They
good.
just better be good.
Yeah,
At this point, they should just be good, guys. Come on.
yeah. You should have figured it out by now.
So when's the new one coming out? Or is there one out that we're not aware of?
Which series?
When's the new one coming out? Like I'm just saying, like something new,
The new thing.
like
A new
like
thing?
Mortal Fighter, or
Well, Mortal Kombat's coming out in a couple weeks.
so I've heard.
Yeah.
The internet speaking.
Yeah, but-
I've heard. I know.
Yeah.
I hear Weird Al Yankovic is a character in the new Mortal Kombat. They haven't announced it yet.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish.
I heard he doesn't like UHF.
Is it the 80s? Is it
You know,
80s
Weird Al doesn't like UHF. You heard that?
I think he's a shitty person. If that's the
I heard that he would take dates to that movie and not. Or no,
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't tell his date that he was in the movie, but he'd make sure to wear the same shirt he was wearing in the movie.
Weird Al likes UHF. I guarantee you, he likes that movie.
he better.
We're gonna
For
be
the
a-
sake
I
of
like that movie.
mankind.
We're going to be a Weird Al podcast soon.
Oh
God,
gosh.
if only.
And we'll all get hair like him.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But yeah, if he was an
Hair.
actual character in Mortal Kombat, would you like it to be 80s Weird Al with like the little mustache?
It'd have to be
or
80s.
long-haired,
In
like,
the
It's
80s.
the only Weird Al I know. I just can't look at his face.
throwing like
And
Twinkie
in
Wiener
the last
sandwiches at
25
you.
years.
They should-
Bachelor City.
Or yeah, a UHF fighting game would be fucking awesome.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Or UHF adventure game.
They should make a fighting game of the Expendables? Or what is it? The
Stallone
where they got
Stallone?
all of them in one thing?
There you go. You got it all right there.
A VR
Helen
video
Mirren,
game.
or is she one? Yeah.
I don't know. I've
don't
never
know.
watched
I
them.
haven't seen any of them
Yeah.
either.
What old dogs with Tim Allen and Tracy Macy or William H Macy?
Give me Morgan Freeman in a fighting game, and I'll. Yeah.
He is the ultimate boss in Fractured But Whole. He's like the secret end boss, Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I never played him.
I forgot. He's in. Yeah. He's,
Yeah,
he's
I
in
was
the-
afraid. People
in
are
the
like,
restaurant or
get
whatever.
ready for a real one. I'm like, I ain't gonna go there.
I remember trying to attack him. Yeah, and he just like kicks your ass.
I'm Morgan Freeman.
I love that game. Oh, so much fun.
What?
So,
What fighting games would the people like to see is what I want to know, huh?
yeah.
Chirp.
I don't know.
Chirp. Well, so.
So I'm assuming we have our favorite fighting games, I guess, or a smattering of some ones that we are very near and dear to in front of us. So I see, Brad, you have Soul Calibur 2, I believe.
These are the ones that I just personally owned. My brother tried to
You
sell
hate
this
all
one
these.
for $2 at a garage sale, and I just stole it.
Right.
Like, sorry, Brian. Those $2 is mine. Soul Calibur 2, yeah.
You stole it from the garage sale?
Well, it wasn't open yet. It was an advanced look at the garage sale, and I probably took my sister's Limp Bizkit CD. She was trying to sell at the same time. I'm like, this is gold.
$3 bill,
Fred
y'all?
Durst would have been pissed.
The chocolate starfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smash Melee and Ultimate are, I guess, what I'd say is my favorite fighting game. But as far as traditional fighting games, it's going to be Ultimate, Mortal Kombat 3, and Street Fighter 2. I don't want to sound like kind of basic, but
Yeah.
I don't have the time or the inclination to develop a main in another game.
No.
Plus, you'd have to play it online.
You're a grown-ass man.
I'm too busy
You have
playing
things.
Mario and Rabbids. I'm a grown man. I can't play
Too busy
fighting
meeting
games.
celebrities like Tommy Wiseau.
Oh,
Just-
he's like, we should play Mortal Kombat. I'm like, I can't, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hi, Scorpion. I did not hit her.
You're tearing me apart, Sub-Zero.
You've got nice legs. Yeah. I don't know if boxing games. We kind of had this discussion whether boxing games count as fighting games.
I think they should.
I think
They're
Fight
fighting.
Night should. I don't
Punch
think
Out shouldn't, maybe, but
Yeah. If
That's
you guys,
a great one, round
If
3.
you guys ever
or
played the
round
Fight
4.
Night series, I am so angry that EA has discontinued the only two sports games that I liked playing was like Tiger Woods and like
Did
Fight
4
Night.
still have like the with the analogs like rotations and stuff?
Yeah, they all had that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought one of
But-
them they got rid of it.
The control of these games is just
I
felt so good
I
because
think
each
they're great
stick,
and they look great.
yeah, each stick is an arm basically, and then so you're just like moving them around and
Giving them the Hadouken and
yep,
the different
and
punches.
and the between round mini games where you play the cut man and you have to
Cup.
Oh,
man.
that's funny.
heal up your guy.
It's just weird,
Yeah, it's a little weird,
but it
But
works.
It's really cool. And you can play like Jake LaMotta against fucking Mike Tyson.
I was
you know.
I was actually
Raging Bull?
Jake LaMotta in the season or story or whatever.
Oh
they're
really?
called.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
it's
was like
great.
Jake LaMotta, Raging Bull.
But yeah, now they went to
Very cool.
They transition these games to the UFC games now, which aren't. I've played a couple of them, and like they're just not as fun. I just went straight up boxing.
I've heard Ready to Rumble is a good series
Oh,
too.
great! Yeah.
Also
Another-
features Michael Jackson and Hillary and Bill Clinton as guest characters. I was doing my research earlier, and they were listed.
You sure that's not NBA Jam?
No, this is Ready to Rumble. Michael Jackson made a point. He's like, I want to be in this game. He went and
Okay.
did mocap. One of his boxing gloves is like a diamond. Like, he had the one glove he'd wear. So one of the boxing gloves is like diamond colored. The other one's normal.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
And Shaq is in there too. But
Is it? Yeah.
they
I was gonna-
seem a little more arcadey. But
yeah. I have it for Dreamcast. It was one of the launch games.
Cramp.
Are you okay?
we have a cramp.
I have a cramp.
Guys, there's nothing wrong with him.
My
know what?
hammy.
He's fine.
My hammy.
He'll be good.
I've been running all day.
He'll be good.
I need more beer.
But that was like that's the first game I ever saw like really intentional breast physics. Ready to Rumble.
Dead or Alive.
Well, this
Oh, geez, we
pre-Dead or
didn't
Alive.
mention
I mean,
Dead or Alive.
beach volleyball.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
I don't know if there would even when I was 10 years old, if I saw the trailer for like those Dead or Alive fighting games, I'm like, this is probably too much, guys. Like, I don't know.
Not enough.
Josh, what are your favorite fighting games?
I have a lot of them, but go basic. Mortal Kombat. I love Street Fighter too. I love the Street Fighters. I love the alphas, Street Fighter alphas. But Mortal Kombat was always my favorite. Probably still is. And then there's always a lot of. I love the SNKs.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
got me an SNK fighting game for my birthday once. I want to say thank
I
you.
didn't get you anything, did I?
You did.
PS2, SNK, King
Yeah.
of Fighters.
Battle Coliseum.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah.
with like a shit ton of like fighters in that one. Right?
Yeah, so you get the guys from like all the games, like Magician
Yeah.
Lord and Metal Slug.
And Nom 75.
Nom 75, yep, exactly. And Earthquake.
Shock Troopers.
Fucking, oh man.
Yeah.
Let's play Shock.
Fighting games got really bored there for about 10 years, and they're like, this is Burger King versus Capcom. Like, we're doing crossovers.
Right, yeah.
We got the Hamburglar versus Scorpion this year.
Yep. And
Just follow your nose.
They started off slow, just like X-Men versus Street Fighter, and then they just like, no, we're doing all of Capcom versus
the
like,
mashups, yes.
Yeah, and they kept getting bigger, and then I remember DC versus Mortal Kombat. Was it DC Universe for Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe?
Yep.
That was a big deal in college when I'd go visit some friends. They were always playing that, and that
The thing
Yeah.
that sucked about that though, it was so not Mortal Kombat anymore.
they had to play it safe because you
No
can't
blood.
rip off Superman's head as much, you know.
Yeah. It was a
Yeah.
teen-rated game as opposed to R or M. Damn it. Damn it. It's ridiculous. But it did lead to Injustice, which I really did like. Those guys, NetherRealm, who do the Mortal Kombat and the Injustice games, like they do a story mode that's fucking bonkers, but it's so well done, you know. Yeah. Do you guys ever play the first Injustice game? Like
Yeah.
the story mode where Superman's like the villain?
I don't know if I played the whole thing, but I definitely played it.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like that storyline a lot. Like they made him the bad guy. He just went crazy.
I think I played through that and the second one because, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yep, second one's good too.
Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang.
Oh, yeah,
PS1, right? Was that PlayStation?
He says he's going to bring Malort. I've heard of this
Don't
Malort
bring
before.
Malort.
I've never had Malort.
We got a long weekend ahead of us. Let's not feel like crap.
Huh?
Let's
That's for
end
the
the
after
night.
party.
Let's end the night
God.
with Malort, Brian. I
What?
will drink whatever Malort you bring.
My lord,
As long as it is Saturday night.
we should go
'Cause
to medieval times.
yes, bring me 2 pints of my lord.
Let's see if the Mortal Kombaters drink. We'll dabble at the Malort with us.
They're like, we're from the Nether Realm. We're not fucking with my lord.
Right? Yeah.
Even we have standards.
They all live in Chicago, so.
Gotcha.
Whatever.
I'm Jax.
That'll finish him.
Yay! Oh my God! And on that note, I think we're probably finished with the podcast right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to drink like 10 more beers, but let's do it off the air.
oh baby.
They can't see nothing.
None of us are
Or
wearing
should we just
pants
leave
right
the
now.
cameras rolling? Do they want to see what happens after the podcast?
Just leave the camera
And then we
rolling.
come back 3 hours
The
later.
Dogcast After Dark.
They're still watching.
That'll
There's
be
a
the-
lot more people watching.
Right.
The 50th
All right.
episode.
So, let's bring it home. Thank you guys so much for watching. We've been here at the Dogcast.
Don't
This
forget
is
to
episode 49.
49.
You gotta review, like us, subscribe, get the word out to your friends. That'll definitely help us out in the best way.
That's right.
Smash it.
Yes. Josh, where can we get a hold of us?
You can get a hold of us on the internet, hairofthedogcast@gmail.com.
What?
At
We
Hot
just went there.
Dogcast on Twitter.
Yes.
We're still on there, I swear.
And Mobcraft is still on there. I don't know what's going on.
You can find me at Mobcraft. Like, I'll be there.
At Brad Craft. Brad
Craft.
If you want to smash, come see Brad at Mobcraft.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Not, well, maybe.
So, all right. So,
One smash led to another, and
so this Thursday, April.
Smashing this girl. She was maining as Roy, dude.
oh,
What's the date? April. What is the date today?
Today's the 9th.
April 11th?
11th is this tournament. 12th, 13th, and 14th is the classic.
Yeah. So come see us. Come check out your Dogcast boys. One of those days. You'll have a good time. Promise. And on that note, we love you.
Finish him.
Finish him.
Da-da-dum.
All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good one, and
Release your
we'll talk to you
animality,
next
your
time. Our
animality,
next
your
episode
animality.
will be episode 50.
50.
Can you make it? Can you believe it? 50.
Oh, wait. So is the class going to be one big 50, or should we have that be like a 50 afterwards?
We'll have to talk about it because I
It's a
don't
very
know how that's
personal
gonna work.
I
situation.
have a very special beer for.
Let's talk this out
Okay.
on
We'll go
on air.
back.
No, let's do it right now. Let's see what people have to say about it.
Huh? What?
Just kidding. No, we'll do something. We'll do something. But we will also have smaller interview podcasts that go on.
Oh, one last special request. Everyone tweet at Ernie Hudson's Twitter to be on Hair of the Dogcast.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
We got to get them.